what do you define as the streets?
Listening to a bunch of girls who got mile-long rosters, that's for the streets. You guys are in the dating scene. You are a part of the culture that is on the streets. Because when you're taken off the streets, you are getting married.
Yeah. So do you judge women that sleep with multiple men?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think that you are disrespecting yourself and the people that you're pretending to try and have a relationship with.
So if a guy had a higher body count than you wouldn't date him or be with him?
Honestly, that's not possible in my case because my husband's a little bit older than me. So I think it's natural that he has a little bit higher of a body count. So yeah, no, I'm not going to judge men for having a higher body count than me.
So why are you judging women for having a higher body count than you and not men?
Because it does reflect on you at the end of the day, and it reflects in your attitude, your personality, I mean, how you're presenting yourself.
Do you have a lot of friends that are women?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Did your husband have a high body count?
Huh? I honestly don't know what his body count is. I didn't ask. And I don't know why would I?
Oh, girl, you're in for a surprise.
I'm really not. You're in for a surprise because you're never going to end up married.
If you're in a relationship and you're still talking to your ex, outside of kids, co-parenting outside of that, if you're still talking to an ex, people you used to date, people you slept with, you're not just being friendly, you're keeping options. And let's stop playing this game like it's normal. If you're texting someone who used to want you, laughing with someone who had access to you, keeping that door slightly open just in case, that's not maturity. That's a lack of discipline. And for the person on the receiving end, that feeling is in your chest. That tension is in your gut. Okay? That's not insecurity. That's discernment. Because boundaries aren't about control. They're about protection. Protection of your peace, your respect, connection you're trying to build. And let's be real. If the roles were reversed, okay, you would not be okay with it either. So stop normalizing behavior you wouldn't tolerate coming back to you. People who are serious about you don't keep emotional backups. They make a decision and they move accordingly. If someone still has access to your partner, I'm going to tell you this, you're not exclusive. You're in competition.
If you're a feminist, you should only be eating pussy. I hate feminists because why would you still allow to come, cum, and leave? If you're a feminist, you should only be eating pussy. You shouldn't even like dick. You shouldn't have no sons, and you shouldn't need to do anything for you. Not change your tire, not change your oil, not pump no gas, nothing. And you shouldn't be able to do anything for you if you're a feminist. Do everything on your own. You feminist shouldn't be holding the door for you. You got this. What? House is on fire? If it ain't no fire woman pulling up, let that fucker burn to the ground. You hate men so much, but guess where you originated from? A balls.
So men, I need you guys to stop molding women who do not want to be molded. Yep. So here's what a lot of women know. A lot of women know that men tend to fall a lot harder when it comes to being in love with a woman, right? So if a woman can get you to fall in love with her, she knows that she has almost like control over you, right? Because women can fall in love 2, 3, 4 times a year, whereas men don't really fall in love like that. So when they actually do really fall in love, right, they tend to stay in situations that do not best serve them because they want to fix the situation. Because you guys are natural fixers. You guys want to resolve issues, right? You're very solution-based. It's just in a man's DNA. But women will use this against you and literally manipulate you into staying into relationships that do not best serve you. And what will happen is you'll be trying to fix this woman. You'll be trying to mold her into what you want her to be. And you'll keep on trying to fit a circle into a square. It's never going to work. So my advice to you guys, men, let's normalize actually getting a woman who has the qualities that we want and then working with that instead of trying to mold, force, and fix a woman into what you actually want. It's slim pickings out here, but guess what? There still are some good women, and make sure you value yourself enough to get with one of them.
A guy best friend is non-existent. A guy best friend is never just a friend. How does the saying go? A shoulder to cry on. Exactly. Don't be fooled, pendejo, güey. Estás bien pendejo si tú crees que ella te va a querer igual que a su pinche guy best friend. ¿Tú crees que de verdad es algo que signifique mucho para ella si tiene a otro vato que siempre va y corre y le cuenta todas sus mamadas, todas sus lloraderas y todas sus penas? Y tú eres el segundo lugar. Get that through your fucking dense ass head.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
Is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Roster.
Yeah, what is a roster
What is that?
mean to you?
What does this mean?
You guys
Yeah.
have to understand, have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
Yes.
I was, yeah, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was,
His Catholic school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But
What does a roster mean?
so it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean hooking
fucking.
up, I just meant making out. Again, like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally. One of our fans asked us, would you guys have an orgy? So I just said, oh, I'm actively trying, like as a joke. Now, looking back, like it's been pointed out to me and I get that. I feel like for us, I think I learned so much of my humor from Akash, not to like justify it, but just to explain like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
But I kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi-dimensions of my personality. So they're
Right.
just seeing this one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akash would show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever.
Hot
Because
guy.
he's like really
Hot
like, yeah, ripped or whatever.
I will say also, if she had a body count, I would have been like, hey, cut that. But
Yeah.
because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you
it's
are a virgin?
absurd
That's
to me.
that's
Yeah.
real?
I was
You
a
were a
virgin
virgin?
until I met him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't, that body count thing, I'd have been like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Because I would have been insecure about it. But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh, I
because know.
absolutely would feel insecure.
And I think
Yeah.
stupidly, I was like, oh, it's an orgy, so it's all of us. It's not like
Yeah,
talking.
that is stupid.
Yeah.
I say you're being inclusive. You're being
I
inclusive.
thought, I thought it was being
It's not a
What is wrong with men? They have lost the art of approaching.
I happen to disagree. A lot of guys still approach women. However, there are a lot of guys out there that simply don't want to approach certain types of women.
Like, if we make eye contact, and we make eye contact multiple times, that is your sign. That is your sign that I am interested, that the girlies are interested, and that is your sign for you to come up to us and talk to us, because that is the okay.
Maybe one of the women who understands this type of thinking can explain this to me because it doesn't make any sense. Why are you expecting guys to pick up on subtle hints when the use of these simple little things called words could really alleviate any miscommunication, and then the guy would actually know for certain that you're interested? Doesn't seem that hard.
I made eye contact so many times with this one guy, kept fucking looking at me, and I kept looking at him. Nothing. It's like, okay, so like, you're not gonna say anything, bro? So like, do women have to do the approaching nowadays? Because that's not happening. If you think that's what's gonna happen, that's not what's gonna happen.
Well then, it's abundantly clear that there had better be a lot of women that are mentally prepared to remain apparently not so happily single, because they expect men to uphold certain gender roles only when it suits the women's purpose. But welcome to equality. If you want a relationship, perhaps you might have to put in some work in order to get one.
A man's ignoring you. He's left you in the dust. He used to give you a lot of attention, and it's dropped now. Now, let's take this back to how our species developed and how majority of the animal species works, right? As a woman, regardless of birth control, etc., at a primal level, you were at risk of random casual flings because you could get pregnant. Not in literal terms, but the point is, that is why women are more selective, the egg, with who gets entry to them, right? Men are far less, they're disproportionately less discretion over who they sleep with, right? But they're much higher over who they give emotional resources to. Whereas you can have a conversation with a random barista who you would never date because you feel some emotional closeness, so you just get to talk about your day, right? Man's not going to do that with a woman he's completely unattracted to and he dislikes a lot emotionally, right? Might sleep with her, who knows? So the point is, evolutionarily, it makes sense as an insurance policy that intense romantic action and effort by a man is a hedge for you to potentially not get shafted. He could still shaft you, but at least that's a way to proxy for, oh, there's a high chance this guy's not going to drop out. Versus, hey, here's a shot, babe. Hey, why don't you just come over? Trust me, I'm going to date you forever. You wouldn't take that as seriously, right? Or you shouldn't. Some girls do that with casual flings. They can call it an adventure or a romantic dalliance. It's at the end of the day, you need a man to show upfront investment because it's a hedge for you to not get your heart broken.
I mean, it's a hedge for you to not end up pregnant. I mean, that's what the hedge is. Modern women have really lost the art of properly vetting a man. And I understand if you don't really know all there is to know about a man. I get it. That's why you would have friends and family in your life, which y'all don't like to listen to. Friends and family in your life that will kind of say, okay, this is the man that you need to go for. This is the man that you need to be looking at, right? But a lot of times what y'all do is y'all be staring. It'd be like a group of 5 homegirls, and every one that say, I don't really like this guy, seems like he's not legit. Oh, you just hating, you know, he's handsome, he's this, he's that. You want to see, she's just a hater, and everybody quit talking to her. But then down the line, you realize after you're a baby mama, she wasn't lying, she wasn't hating on you. Your daddy tried to tell you, your brothers tried to tell you, you're not listening. That's the playbook of a modern woman. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
Regardless, I am never doing laundry on a first time at someone's house.
The first time a girl comes over to my house, I want her to fold my laundry. The first time y'all go to a guy's house, he wants to blow his load in your face.
Wow.
He wants to inside you, and many of you oblige them. So you'll let a guy in the back of your throat, but I'm Mr. Wholesome over here. Let's do some laundry. I'm the bad guy, but y'all be choking on. Y'all be letting some dude deep sometimes without them, and I'm the fucking bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I expect a woman to do laundry, but y'all be dealing with dudes who expect to be deep in your.
I think it is.
Y'all expect a guy to be you're gonna be gagging on his.
Not the first time that you go over to their house. Again,
No, if you're willing to sleep with a man, you should be okay with folding his laundry. I'm sorry, but that's the truth of it.
What do you think about needy guys?
No, we don't like that.
No?
No. Immediately, no. I kind of f with it, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you love that obsessive behavior.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're sleeping and they won't let go of you. They're just all over you all the time.
That's how I am. That's how I am.
And then last question here. What are your thoughts on hookups?
Love them. Love
You
them.
love them?
Love them.
Really?
You said thoughts on what?
Hookups.
We love them. I hate them.
You hate
I hate them.
Who's done them here?
What?
Who's done them here?
Hookups?
Yeah.
We've only
They got quiet real They got real quiet. You? You love them, I'm assuming.
But I don't do them.
You don't do them anymore.
No.
We'll just take why. What about you guys?
I've only had 2 hookups, so like, I don't like them.
I'm asking because
I lie.
Look, I'm asking because I'm a virgin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I just want to know from women with experience what they think. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Until I lose my virginity, I'm gonna ask these loser questions.
You want to know something? Women are the absolute cruelest creatures on this planet.
And, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do, the paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that are usually the worst because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are naturally evil. Period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the dagger.
Do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time, starting with you?
I think so, actually, yeah.
Okay, you're 28, better looking in 10 years' time at 38?
Yes, yeah.
48?
Yes.
58?
Yes.
68?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I got good genetics. I'm gonna say yeah. My family.
You got.
They're healthy, beautiful skin, and yeah.
50 years, 78, better looking?
I would say I'm just gonna be beautiful regardless, you know.
You're 25, better looking in 10 years' time at 35?
Definitely better looking because I'm gonna get surgery.
You're 23, better looking in 10 years' time at 33?
Honestly, yeah, I would say I do have a lot of potential.
I did an all-black bang. There was just me and 13 guys.
Wow.
And the only rule was I was in charge. It was for me. It wasn't for them, it was for me.
Right.
The cum is for me, so you've got to put it on my face, or you've got to put it somewhere visual.
The cum belongs to me.
It does.
Yeah.
She nasty. I knew she was nasty when I seen that shirt. That cheetah print shirt showed me everything that I needed to know about this woman. And that bob, that blonde bob, filthy. You're disgusting.
The lack of self-reflection in the black community really does need to be studied.
Decent! Mind you, decent is the new standard and it's fucking sad, bitch.
You would think that when you see a video that is talking about an epidemic of single women, that those women would then take the time to reflect like, hey, what is it that we're doing? That all of us are here single.
Where are the men? Where are the men?
Too many women are following in the footsteps of other women that have led to their singleness, assuming that it's not going to lead you also to singleness.
To put up with this I don't mean some of us are happy with being single.
We know a lot of y'all aren't happy with being single. If we're trying to get a man and that man does not want us, but all these other ones do, that's because those men are on your level, babe. And the one up there isn't.
When y'all see a good man, y'all want him. That's another issue. We'll get into another video.
Why do we have to get into that in another video? Why can't we get into that right now?
If your woman is working a full-time job, managing the home, raising your children, and maintaining herself while you just go to work, come home, eat and sleep, she's the man in your relationship. And you're just a child that she's taking care of. The ancient Vedas were so explicit about what real masculinity is. It's defined by a man who leads and takes care of the feminine in his life. A real man is asking, where is she stretched right now? How can I step in? That's leadership. She will literally respect you more as a man, find you way more attractive, desire you more when you can show that you're leading her and taking care of her rather than her doing it to you. And that comes with recognizing how much she is doing and you just showing up more. Step up as a man or just step aside.
Every single person with a septum piercing are the same crazy bit online that cancel everyone and go crazy and are weird.
Why do you like to make fun of my septum piercing?
Zoom in on that. That's why.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Most of the times when you see it, you can expect some crazy dumb. I literally saw a video the other day with a female with one of those piercing, and it turns out that she wasn't talking some dumb. And I was shocked. I'm not even gonna lie.
If men started saying, I don't date single moms, the way that women say, I don't date broke men, would that be seen as preference or prejudice?
It will be seen as prejudice by some women, I imagine, but preference by men. But the answer is it's preference.
I feel like just because a woman has a baby, that doesn't mean it's the end for them. Like, if it didn't work out with their baby daddy, they still have a chance to find their person. I love when men take on women with babies. Like, I'm like, that's amazing.
I think it would be seen as prejudice
Although I think it's fair. I think if you don't want to date someone who has a baby, whether you're a woman or a man, I think that should be your choice, and I think it's completely fair.
Why is it not seen as prejudice when women don't want to date broke men?
Because you don't want anyone to be leeching off of you. I think men and women should be completely equal as far as like how much they work and bring to the table, but the truth is like women do carry children, and if they have to be out of work for a while, then the men should be able to make up for that. So I would not date someone who's broke.
So I'm giving up on this female generation. I got a girl's number last night. I texted her today, like a gentleman. Said, hey, it was nice to meet you. She said, which one are you? Weird thing to say. I told him the one that got your number outside of the bar last night. She said, I gave my number to about 10 dudes. My sister in Christ. You don't say that, you weirdo. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, I was the black one. She said, oh, how was I? I got defensive. I said, the is that supposed to mean? She goes, well, usually I'm just not into black dudes. I said, well, last night you were. I rode the lie. She said, what's your Instagram? So I blocked her.
I thought Poppin' Pussy was just dancing. I thought it was like twerking.
That's what I thought.
Well, I knew that that's what you meant.
Yes, that's what I meant.
But like once the internet makes you a
yeah.
They're looking at Joe,
That's my wife, yo. That's my wife for the time being. It's That's my wife. What's going on?
We have a calcium market, by the way. Yeah. There's a calcium market that's been made. Will Akash and Jess Lee divorce before 2027? I I just want to point that out. Okay.
2027? We have like a long way. Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah. We're trying to rebrand you right now, Jess. I got to wait that long.
And these modern women are going to continue to talk about weird stuff. I mean, it's funny because modern women, they are upset with men because, you know, men have locker room talk. But then modern women, if you can believe it, they don't even have the common decency to have locker room talk. They won't even keep it private. They will be out here in the middle, just all online, talking about this type of stuff. We don't want men to sexualize us. We don't want men to objectify us. But yet, we're going to get online and talk about sexual stuff and things that would make us an object. Not only are we going to do that, we're going to do that type of stuff again. And we're going to live in that, and we're going to say that's our truth. But we don't want you looking at us and talking about us as if we're just a thing. We're more important than that.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yes, immediately, right now.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yes.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Of course. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah? 110%.
I am.
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
So yes.
Yes, I love women. Are they selling tickets?
I hate men.
Would you live on a planet with all men?
Hell no.
No.
No. Definitely wouldn't.
No.
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 No, bro. What the
No.
I mean, it'd be cool. Gay! Well, maybe 1 hour and I'd regret my decision. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it.
Men don't approach women anymore because of FOBC. They don't want to be viewed as a creep. They don't want to be rejected, especially hot men. The only men that are going up to women and approaching them are ugly.
Guys have figured out the game. And the guys that have options don't need to approach you anymore. That's just the reality. You're so for the attention now that they have figured out that if they've got it together, if they're, pretty good looking, if they've got their finances and if they've got the confident energy, all that stuff, they don't need to go over to you. See, sometimes, by the way, guys, they use your date. They say, I'm just going to do dinner, right? Just dinner on the first date. I'm a good girl. I don't go out and drink. The wine at dinner, though, goes down real smooth. And then you know what they do? They leave you at bye, thank you. Walk around the block. Hello. They call their friend. Oh my God, he was so stupid. I would never do that again. Ew. But I got like this really good meal and I'm super tipsy. So where are we going? Where am I meeting you? And then they meet their friends and then they go out and they hook up with some rando that night. They got the pregame going on from the wine you paid for at dinner.
I am honestly so proud of the women today. And they think that it's an insult to us that they have to run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken, women who ain't never seen $3 all lined up together in their life, women who got to share one spoonful of rice with a family of 6, women who don't have rights, who can't work, who probably only bathes once every 2 months, women who in their countries are getting raped by their men, beat up by their men. Nowhere around them do they feel safe. From a child up, they're raised to just accept how men treat them because they just don't have any rights. They're basically slaves. These women are in poverty, and these men be so broke in the United States, so ugly in the United States, so corny in the United States.
Jesus. So if these men are all of that, then why are you worried about them? This is a wild video. That video was absolutely from that one. There's some similarities in the women that are on this video. See if y'all can catch it.
Subservient to them and do what they want, basically some sort of indentured servitude.
You feel that you need to go to Antarctica to marry a polar bear. Get a polar bear.
I'm going to just keep it real. And you think you're going to come in that country and you're going to take that. I ain't protesting. I ain't protesting the damn thing. I mean, I ain't protesting to get you back to these United States. Stay your stupid over there.
I don't think black women care.
We do not care that we don't care. We literally don't. Like we care, we don't care. No one gives a you because we never cared about you to begin with. Let's be clear.
But I believe in y'all still. The ones that's doing the work anyway. We don't want you other ones anyway.
We don't give one. Not one rise. I keep telling y'all this. We don't care.
Yes, passport, bro. We don't care where you go. We don't care who you with. Look, a hard thing to care. We don't care.
This one right here saying that she don't care. So y'all can go ahead and scratch her off your list of dateable women. I know y'all hurt. I know y'all sad about that. But y'all gonna just have to chalk that one up to the game. She is not available to you guys. That's what she's saying. So I know y'all gonna go home, cry in the car or whatever, because you don't have access to this woman. And I'm sorry for that. You know, passport bros. Maybe you could find another woman in Brazil or something like that to maybe replace this woman right here, because she says she don't want y'all. So
why is it easier for women to get laid more than guys?
Women have been through more in their life, and they are, you know what? If they want to do it, they want to do it. And it is what it is.
That's why it's easier for women to get laid more than men?
Cut that. Cut that. I think that women have been through more. They've been through a lot. And I think women, honestly, are more hurt by guys whenever, like, let's say there's a breakup. Does that make sense? There's a breakup.
I'm not following you.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me think.
I got this question. Number one, men have really high, like, testosterone or whatever, you know, going on in there, you know, blah, blah, blah. So do women, whatever. But the thing is, men are less mature than women until the age of 24, 25. Yeah, and it's a proven fact. Oh, you can look it on the internet. And I think that is because women are sometimes they want to have fun, and that's okay. If they want to go, like, do whatever, like, you know, that's okay. But, like, a guy, like, he's gonna be like, oh, like, you know, like, she wants to have because, you know, like, it's a guy, and they're gonna want to do that because their maturity level is down here versus a woman is up here. And it's also a mind game.
I love when someone's like, if you say relationships are hard, then you're in the wrong relationship. Today I woke up and the first thing I saw was my husband's poop streaks in the toilet. I woke up and was like, today's gonna be a good day. Boom, poop. When I was 30, I got into crystals. Just one day I was like, I'm a witch. You don't think that was hard for him to be legally tied to someone that was like, it's not a rock. I got it from a man on Etsy who says he's a wizard. Relationships can be hard. I still poop before coffee.
This young lady has a message to the men.
Okay, we need to normalize guys approaching girls at the gym because right now it's just awkward for everyone.
I've been seeing a lot of videos with women saying this, but I'm going to go ahead and translate what she's actually trying to say.
There will be a guy I see every day. We make eye contact. We do the little half smile thing, and then nothing ever happens.
So there's some guy in the gym. He's 6'8", built like LeBron James. They make eye contact and they smile at each other every day. And because of that, she feels special, not knowing he's making eye contact and smiling at a lot of girls in the gym because he's 6'8" and built like LeBron James.
This goes on for weeks. At that point, we're basically coworkers. I'm not asking to be hit on mid-squat or anything, but if you catch me between sets and just say hi, that's not weird. What's weird is pretending we don't recognize each other after making eye contact 40 times. Like, grow a pair and come talk to me.
So fellas, let me be clear on what she's saying. She wants that guy to come talk to her, not you. Don't you go walking over there, you're gonna end up on a TikTok video. When these women say this, they are talking to specific men. They're not talking to all of us. So do not get tricked, do not get fooled. Don't let her shame you into doing it, trying to make us feel like we're weak if we don't go over there and talk to her. She's not talking to us. She is talking to him. And most of these women making these videos, they are talking to specific men. They're not talking to the rest of us. This is why you see some women online saying, don't talk to us, and other women saying, talk to us. Because the women who are saying don't talk to us, those are the regular men approaching. The women who are saying come talk to us, those are the good looking men that they want to approach. So don't get it twisted, fellas. I'm just trying to save you some time. That's all I'm doing.
So you guys just want to stay single, right?
True. A lot of gentlemen out there would honestly rather stay single.
Because why else would you stop approaching women in public entirely?
Other than the reason that a lot of women have told men to leave them alone, they don't want them in their lives and they don't need them. Quite frankly, a lot of women's personalities really aren't conducive to an actual conversation, let alone a relationship.
Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women and, start a little conversation. Nowadays, that does not seem to happen anymore.
There's a lot of men out there have woken up and seen what some women out there are really like. So, frankly, most of them would rather stay single than risk being with some of the types of women that they see every day on social media.
So tell me, why is it that you guys would rather just die alone?
Because a lot of men have realized that it's not only easier, but it's much more peaceful being single. And not only that, but a lot of men have woken up to the fact that they have self-respect and they don't need to be in a relationship to be considered a complete person.
You know, modern women really don't get it. Why would a man not be enamored with me? Why would a man not want to talk to me? Why would a man not want to be around me? It's simple. Every time a man is around you, there's something that happens that is unfavorable to the man. Well, I didn't get him in trouble this time. You don't have to get the man in trouble. But a lot of times modern women are unpleasant. They're unpleasant. Why would I want to be around you? If I'm not going to get any, if there's not going to be any benefit to me, why am I around you at all? I mean, even if you're in a friendship with a lot of these modern women, with a lot of these ladies, they're not bringing anything to the table. They expect you to be the gentleman, but they're not going to act like a lady. They're really not going to give you anything that you're not giving to them at all. Well, I give you somebody to talk to, and I give you somebody to talk to as well. But it seems like you want me to go the extra mile and you want me to pay for this, take you there, all while being platonic. Really? Come on, man. If I'm gonna go the next level and be giving you stuff, how come you don't pay for any meals? How come you don't buy me anything? Oh man, my friend stopped by the store. He got him some Chick-fil-A and he bought me some Chick-fil-A. Okay, so when you go to Chick-fil-A, how come you don't bring me any Chick-fil-A? Huh? If I help you get your car fixed, or I take your car down to the shop to get fixed because I understand that stuff as a friend, how come you can't do me a solid and go take care of something that maybe a lady might understand a little bit more than a man? Why not?
The first thing that women need to forgive their husbands for is being a man.
Probably the first thing women need to forgive their husbands for is for being men. The problem is that women want strong men who are good providers and at the same time expect them to be like a girlfriend that they can always vent about a problem with. Men don't want to talk about problems. They want to solve them. Women want their man to be emotionally available. In other words, they want to turn him into a woman. It's as if some women want their man to have the characteristics of a woman without losing their masculinity. There will always be a power struggle between men and women. Only when women enjoy the strengths that they have that men don't, and enjoy the strengths that men have that they as women don't, will they be happier people and able to live in peace and harmony.
The first thing that women need to forgive their husbands for is being a man.
Probably the first thing women need to forgive their husbands for is for being men. The problem is that women want strong men who are good providers and at the same time expect them to be like a girlfriend that they can always vent about a problem with. Men don't want to talk about problems. They want to solve them. Women want their man to be emotionally available. In other words, they want to turn him into a woman. It's as if some women want their man to have the characteristics of a woman without losing their masculinity. There will always be a power struggle between men and women. Only when women enjoy the strengths that they have that men don't, and enjoy the strengths that men have that they as women don't, will they be happier people and able to live in peace and harmony.
Hey, Akash, Andrew Schultz, the whole Flagrant staff, shut the up forever. This interview right here.
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
I looked into what you guys are about, and a lot of this is just childish.
It aged fucking perfectly. This dude was like a virgin before he got married, trying to lecture me on how to fucking deal with females. And then 3 years fucking later, this stupid fucking dothead his wife is being all over fucking Instagram, TikTok, dragging his name through the mud to do so.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
This could not have aged better.
Does anybody else think it's weird that women can expect things from men, but men can't expect anything from women? Like, I seriously want you to stop and think about one thing that it's socially acceptable for a man to expect from a woman. Like, can you think of a tangible thing where if I got on here and I was like, hey, I think in a relationship that women blah, 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 that wouldn't be problematic or red pill? Because from what I notice, it's like, it's okay if a woman expects men to pay for dates, but that man can't expect the woman to put out. It's okay if women expect men to pay all their rent, but if he expects her to cook and clean, he's a filthy misogynist. Women can expect a man to facilitate an environment in which they can become a stay-at-home mother. However, that man cannot expect her to become a stay-at-home mother. Like, do you see what I'm getting at here? Personally, I don't think anybody should expect anything from anybody. However, the hypocrisy is crazy to me. And the lack of acknowledgement in the hypocrisy just confuses me. It's like we have certain demographics here who are listing their expectations, but not being willing to deliver anything whatsoever.
Say it louder for the women in back. That's definitely gonna get me in trouble. In all seriousness, this is what's so frustrating for so many men out there, because they're either trying to find a life partner through all of this stuff, all of the double standards, all of the negativity towards men in general right now. The fact that so many women would pick the bear over a man. Or they've decided to just stay single. They've decided to remove themselves from the game. And let me just say that out of this group of guys that have decided to remain single, there's two subgroups. The one subgroup that is the large majority is the group of guys that are just silent about it. They have removed themselves silently from the dating world. But yet you hear about the smaller subgroup of men that are angry and they're putting out content. They're leaving the comments. But what women fail to realize is that this is a smaller subgroup. Most men out there are just so frustrated over these double standards. And if while being single, they've discovered peace and sanity, they're going to stay there. They are choosing peace over this craziness.
Your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
We feel like they're runner-ups and contestants.
If women have an abundance of choices, would women ever enter an arrangement where they weren't knowingly in control?
No.
So if women are
That's
the choosers, how are men the leaders?
Good question.
Very good
How
question.
can men lead if it's by women's terms?
I have no clue.
Are men leading when they subject themselves to rejection at a woman's discretion?
No.
So then why do we say that men are leaders when women are in control?
We want you guys to lead while we're still in control.
Thank you for being honest.
What's your type? Can you approach me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
that's so
approach
true.
me? I'll give you eye contact, but it's just like I gave you 3 seconds, maybe half a second, but like you should know that that's enough. Like that is the welcome in. Like that should be it. That's just like if I look at you and I look away and like you can't smile too. You have to like make sure you don't really smile too much, because then that's cringe. It's like you might as well be approaching them. If now you walk up to me, it's like okay, you passed the first test. If your stands there for another half an hour, ugh.
Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 128, I think. If there's one thing I've learned about men and women during the holidays, it is that women do not want their men home. If you're a dude and you take 2 weeks off work without telling your wife, you might as well just slap her right across the face, I guess, because they are not used to it. It just throws them right off. I've been seeing a lot of posts like this. My husband has been off work since the 24th and I haven't unalived him. Please clap for me. And these posts tend to be super relatable, with women agreeing that they do not want their husbands home this long. This woman actually feels a similar joy leaving the house because her husband is home all the time on long-term disability. And what's really interesting about this post is that when people ask if he's lazy or needs more work to do, you know, while he's on vacation, she actually says that he's not lazy and has done every chore she's asked of him. She just still doesn't want to be around him. And holy ladies, this is a huge problem because I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but a man can't work forever, and neither can you. Eventually you'll both have to retire, and when you do that, you'll have to live together and spend time together and grow into old age together, and you'll have to do that without committing spousal homicide. In fact, these will be the years you need each other most to survive. So this is your trial by fire. This is how you learn to do just that. There's a scene in Bruce Almighty, it might have been Evan Almighty, where God says that if you pray for patience, he doesn't give you patience. He gives you an opportunity to be patient. You are never going to be just handed a person who never annoys you and knows everything you want. But surely what you do know is why you married this person, right? So why did we forget that just because you took a couple weeks off? Listen, of course this is going to be a change to your routine and might throw you off a little bit, but I am begging you to try and see how special this is to him and your kids if you have them, and try not to focus on what could go wrong or how he could mess things up. He's been looking forward to this time with you and to be at home and not working for so long. And I'm going to say something else that you don't want to hear. He's also been looking forward to doing nothing. He really just wants to use some of his vacation time for nothing. In fact, everyone deserves some time for nothing. Look, you married him for him, right? Not for the time that he's gone. And it would just mean the world to him if you made him feel that way.
Step on the scale. I get ton of comments from women, ton of DMs from women telling me I'm a bad guy for what I do. No, you know who's the bad guy in the story? It's you. It's you for judging guys that check every box on your list besides the height requirement, and you freaking reject them. You know what's unfair? When we judge based on weight and women over here get offended. Like, we're judging you based on something you could change, go to the gym, get healthy. We can't. Just because they're short people doesn't mean they're unhealthy. They check every box for you best husband material guys, and you reject them based on their height. That's unfair. You guys are the villain. You guys are the bad guys. We're not the bad guys.
Girls being ghosted by the guy who has been talking to them for 3 weeks straight, up their and around the corner, until one day, out of the blue, they vanish.
Okay, I don't want to call it ghosted because we didn't call it that back then. It's called just giving up. That's just joking. It's called giving up, guys. It's called giving up. It's a wrap, dude. It's a wrap. It's done. It's just never gonna work.
Modern women find 80% of men as unattractive. And so on dating apps, which people will argue that maybe people on dating apps aren't looking for something serious, but that's the number one way people meet. Women only swipe right 5% of the time, up to 20% on the high end in certain studies. So women are all sleeping with the same guys. So for guys that are in that percentage, it's like they just have an abundance of girls throwing themselves at them. And then the women will come back later and say men are trash, da 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 da. But that's who
I think we need to have a speed dating thing, me and you, girl.
And really, that's what modern women need to do. If you go back to the clip talking about women need to forgive their husbands for being men, it's very true. Because a lot of modern women, they expect it to be a certain way. They expect it to be like them, and they think that their way is perfect. They think that they know all of the answers, even though they're dying inside. Even though I'm so confused, what do? I need a man to be my rock. But then once a man, fool around, these modern women want these men to be Josh Groban. You raise me up. I'm strong because I am on your shoulders type nonsense. And then once the song is over, ooh, I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty tall. I'm bad. Yeah, idiot, because you're standing on somebody else's shoulders. You're benefiting from somebody else's strength. That's why you're even where you are today. No, I got up here by myself. No, you didn't. And actually, let's say that I didn't get up here by myself. Let's say that I am not that strong. The physical strength and the mental fortitude that it took me to climb on his shoulders. But he bent down so you can get on his shoulders and then got back up. I had to drag myself out of bed. I've been going through so much. My cat just died. My bird just fell off a cliff. My job just promoted me to team lead. Isn't that a great thing? Sure, but it's not senior team lead. And that's been stressful for me. All this stupid stuff to make it seem like she's doing more work and she's a lot stronger than she actually is. You're a loser.